Good morning, friends. Welcome to Wild Coffee Homestead. I am sitting in our new spring garden. I'm so excited. Good morning, friends. Welcome to a chilly Wild Coffee Homestead. We got up this morning, it was 36 degrees. What's up with that? I waited till it got to 38 before coming out here because I'm a Florida girl. This is just a little bit on the crazy side. But I wanted to show you guys the spring garden. It's coming along so wonderfully. We got soil in some of our beds. We've been sifting our compost and filling these beds up. I gotta show you what we've been doing. It's just coming along beautifully. We can starting to see the vision that we've been dreaming about for quite some time now. Behind me here is the blueberry bed. We have 6 existing blueberries that have been doing really well. We bought 6 more, and I have a feeling we have room for at least another dozen. So we've got the soil in there. They're acid-loving plants. So we filled it with topsoil, and then we added peat moss, saturated with water, and then pine fines. And that helps to make that that soil acidic.
That's what we all like to see right there. Big old worm. Hey buddy, you gonna help my blueberries grow? Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're my friend. Yay. Oh.
I'm hoping when it warms up a little bit this week, we'll be getting those 12 blueberry plants in our bed. But I got to show you our raised beds that I spent, I think 3 days. They're galvanized metal. But I spent 3 days on our dining room table assembling those, which was a job, but I kept thinking, okay, this is a one-time thing. I can do this. And it was indoors when it was hot and the air conditioning was on. Now we got the heat on. Welcome to Florida. These are our galvanized beds. They're 3 foot by 6 foot. And this week, these were laid and leveled on top of our Back to Eden garden, which was basically compost. So the beds will be sitting on that. We added topsoil to that, and then we amended that with peat moss, perlite, vermiculite to aerate it. And then on top of that, we added our very own compost. We've been composting for probably about a year. So we dug in this week and sifted the compost so the wood chips would be left on top, which we'll use in the pathways, which will eventually turn into compost as well. But it was the most incredible experience. Earthworms like you would not believe. Every bed, I would have to guess, has 100 earthworms in them. Some teeny tiny, but they'll grow, and they are creating worm castings, which is amazing fertilizer, which we'll also be adding to these beds. So that was an extraordinary surprise. And actually, the compost bins that I started with, we didn't even know if they'd be usable. And we haven't even dipped into our ones that we know that are pure gold. But the first ones, absolutely incredible. So shocking. All that hard work is finally paying off, which is so exciting. So we've got 7 pretty much completely done. We'll be adding dolomite and azomite to those and earthworm castings when I go to plant. So those are pretty much completed. We have 6 others that are set up over here that have the topsoil in them. but I have to do the adding the other nutrients and peat moss and whatnot. So we are getting there, and there's a spot here that Kevin's got to get the other two, and that'll make 15 beautiful beds. We got lots of seeds started inside, got another delivery from M.I. Gardner, and a funny story, I was potting the seeds, planting them, and I've been waiting for the very first time to plant holy basil. It was the last thing I was planting. I went and I opened the package and I looked in it. There was nothing in it. I thought, well, maybe they're white seeds? I don't know. Never seen them. Nothing in the packet. I was given a blank. So I called them, and they were so sweet and so kind, and they felt so bad. So I ordered several other seeds too, but they sent, instead of just my free, or the one that they owed me, the holy basil, they sent me like an extra one of those, and I think 4 other free seed packets. So they were very kind. So now I will get to plant those and start getting them in the beds here in probably about a month. And the little baby seedlings in our under our grow lights are just popping up like crazy and looking so happy, and I feel spring is on its way. We don't want to wish hot weather upon us, but we're really looking forward to that March 1st-ish, maybe a little sooner, to start getting some plants in these beds. But the blueberries, they're going to go in sooner because they're cold tolerant and they are ready to be planted and to spread their roots. I'm going to take you over and show you our compost area and kind of show you what I was doing, see if we can find any worms. It's pretty cold out, so yesterday when I was sifting, they weren't moving much because they were too cold. The neat thing was I had so many of them, I would take a little shovel and some soil, and I take it over to our blueberry bed. I haven't put any compost in there yet, so I wanted to share the wealth and get those worms composting and making their magic in there. So let's go look at the compost area. So this is where the magic happens. This is we thought was an undesirable compost bin, and I am only on half of this one. We have another half of this, and then the one behind me is totally full, and it is incredible soil. So just shoveling into our little sifter that Kevin made. Look at that beautiful stuff. It's crazy. Then we just work through it, throw the big sticks out. I go slow and easy because I've already found it's just a tiny one. But we already have a little baby worm. So I take those, put them in the cart because I don't want to hurt them as they're going through the metal mesh. There's another one. It's crazy. I'm surprised they're moving. There's another one. Oh, this is so much fun. Wow, they're thick. See them right there? So I'm really careful when I sift, so I don't hurt them, because I want to save as many as I can. Little guys, we put them in our bucket. Where are they? There they are. Takes a little longer this way, but boy, I'm so excited to have all these little earthworms to help create more compost and give us free fertilizer. There's one. There's one. We find the real big ones too, but it seems like in this area I found more babies. Maybe this is the nursery, the worm nursery. I never thought I'd get so excited about worms. You see this rich, beautiful stuff? It is so beautiful. Thanks for coming along on this exciting day of building beds and filling beds and revealing our beautiful compost. And did you notice the gate behind me? We had seen these, sorry, butterfly. We had seen those on Craigslist. They were horse stall doors in the barn, and someone was selling, I think they had 5 of them or something. We ended up getting 4. That's one of them. And I believe Kevin's going to use 2 of the others on the other side of the garden. So I was really excited about that. They probably will get a facelift with a little different color, as well as Miss B back here. She's a little weathered, mainly her hat. So I'm going to have to find her a new sun hat and get her a special place in our garden, our spring garden, so she can guard the whole beautiful spring garden. So glad you came with us today. Hope you guys have a blessed day. There's one. There's one. I bet those little worms are cold in there.